Hi, this video is about how to get a website grant, in particular the Online Trading Voucher Scheme, which is an Irish government scheme to help businesses in Ireland and which is managed by the local enterprise offices around the country. If you're in another jurisdiction and you're watching this video, or if you're looking for a different type of grant, there may still be some tips in the video that are useful for you, but it's not specifically for you. So I'm going to give some details about the Online Trading Voucher Scheme, which is also sometimes called the Trading Online Voucher Scheme, about what types of businesses are eligible, what you can spend the money on, and how the process works. So if you'd like to get some financial support in developing a new website or improve your existing website, or investing in some other types of online marketing, then this might be of some help. So first I'll introduce myself. I'm Alistair McDermott from Website Doctor. Website Doctor is an online marketing consultancy. We help small businesses to sell more online by making improvements to their websites and bringing more visitor traffic. So I work as a consultant to one of the local enterprise offices, and I've been involved in helping them with the Online Trading Voucher Scheme since before it was launched. So one of the things that I help them with is I help them to evaluate the applications, and I also deliver seminars which cover the content that we're going to cover in this video. So that's enough introduction, let's get to the core information. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through fairly quickly the details. I will have a fair amount of text on the slides, so if you want to pause the video and have a look at what else is there if I skip over or gloss over things, I'm going to go through this fairly fast just so the video is short and snappy. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to look at what kind of businesses are eligible for the scheme and what spends are eligible, what you can spend the money on, and what's not eligible, and what they're looking for. I also give some tips for filling in the application. Now I use these slides when I'm giving an actual live seminar, so what we then do is using the money effectively, so some stuff on online marketing and social marketing, search engine optimization, topics like that. The purpose of this scheme is to support small businesses, and they want to increase in particular exports and jobs, and they want it to be used to upgrade or create e-commerce and lead generation websites, although they don't mention lead generation. I'll get into that in a second. Here's what people really want to know. What's the voucher? Okay, so it's €2,500 of matching funds, matched at 50% for almost everything. Now they do match at 30% for online advertising, so what that means is Facebook ads, Google ads usually, and they can be used to fund multiple services simultaneously. Now here's the really cool thing about this. So up to €2,500 of matching funds. So if your total spend is €5,000, they will match €2,500. They will give you a check at the end, or transfer you €2,500 at the end of the project. They'll match you at 50%. So if you get a quote from a web development company for €3,000, say, and complete the project, they will give you €1,500. They will match, if you do multiple projects, so multiple services. So let's say you want to get a website upgrade, plus you also want to do, say, a training course in, say, social media, plus you also want to spend €500 on Google AdWords, or €200 on Google AdWords or Facebook ads or something. You can do all of those simultaneously and they'll all be funded by this one application. So it's a really cool grant, or a really cool financial award, because it can be used for so many different things all at the same time. And I recommend that you spend as much as you possibly can in order to try and get the maximum. I've seen people spending €8,000 or €10,000. Obviously they'll only get up to €2,500 matching, but it's still a significant amount of money towards any web development or upgrade. So yeah, it's a really cool fund because it can be used for so many different things, and I'm going to get into those now. So who it's eligible? So this is for small businesses, so less than 2 million turnover, less than 10 employees, and you must be trading for a minimum of 12 months. So you got to be around for at least a year, and then you've got to be located in the Leo region, so obviously your local enterprise office, you apply to your local one, and you've got to be able to document this. The minimum of 12 months thing gets some people because this is not actually for a startup business in their first year of business. You can actually get a grant normally from your local enterprise office for your first website, if you're trading less than 12 months. But that's usually, it's a discretionary fund, it's coming directly out of their funds normally. And if you usually talk to them about their Leo website grant, they usually have something along those lines. If you've been trading for more than 12 months, then this is the scheme for you. So who's not eligible? So obviously it's for small businesses, so it's not for profit, charities, associations, semi-states, and they don't like conferences, seminars either. Or somebody big, over 2 million turnovers, more than 10 full-time employees, trading for less than 12 months, so you can talk to them about the startup grants, website grant. Or if you're already getting some EU funding, they don't want to duplicate that. So if you're not sure at all, talk to your local enterprise office. So there are some other details, you have to look at the application form, but for the most part that's them. So this is the official list of what, or at least at the time this video is made, this is the official list of what they say it can be used for. Digital marketing strategy, development or upgrade of an e-commerce site, doing online payments or booking. So if you've got a guest house or a dentist or hairdressers, any of those kind of businesses where you do booking. Customer fulfillment, any kind of online kind of automation or anything like that, anything to do with internet related software, which is really cool because that means you can spend it on things like plugins. If you've got like a WordPress site or a Joomla site, you can buy plugins with it, things like that. Development of an app, so a smartphone app, that's really cool. And obviously, upgrading your website to be mobile responsive. You can spend it on training, like SEO training or social media training or website training of all different types. And online advertising, so you can spend it on Facebook ads, Google ads, ads on anything, anywhere you can buy an ad online, you can purchase. What you're not supposed to use it for, or you can't use it for, is development of a brochure website. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Purchase of non-internet related software, that's really obvious. Anything else. The brochure site thing gets some people. They mention here upgrade or development of an e-commerce website. An e-commerce website or a booking website. So those are websites where somebody makes a booking or makes a direct sale. But some types of businesses are lead generation businesses. So, for example, nobody will go on an accountant's website or a solicitor's website and click a buy now button and put in their Visa card. Or website developers, you don't go to a web design company and buy a website online. You need to talk to them. So it's a lead generation business or lead generation website. So when it says here the voucher can't be used for that, it's talking about old school brochure, 1995, 1999 style websites. Lead generation websites are included, so you can get the voucher for a lead generation website. You just need to make sure that you talk about the lead generation functionalities of it in your application. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Notable rules: so you got to attend an informational seminar before you submit your application. So and you can see my slides, these are actually my slides from the seminar, so that's why I say welcome here. It doesn't include VAT, unfortunately. They've changed that recently. You've got to provide documentation proving your eligibility. Application should have 3 quotes for every service. So if you're doing multiple services, you've got to try and get 3 quotes for everything. You have to have documentation proving eligibility. So basically, your supplier must be a registered business. So that's just to stop somebody setting up their nephew with a brand new web design business and money laundering €2,500 through it. That's what that's for. So you got to prove you're eligible, prove your supplier's eligible, give access to your tax clearance information, give access to your suppliers. Your supplier must be tax compliant in whatever jurisdiction they are. You don't have to have a local supplier. They can be from anywhere else in the country or from another country as well. That's okay. Online advertising is 30%. The work must be done within 3 months of the offer. Actually, by the time you watch this video, that may have changed to 4. And it probably is 4 when you're watching this video, because as far as I know, it's about to change. I'm making this video in mid-June 2016, so that's about to change to 4 months of the offer. So what that means is you got to have the work done within 4 months. They give you a letter to say, hey, yeah, go ahead, you'll get the award. So then from that date, you've got 3 months or then 4 months to get it all done, and then start the drawdown. A good way to motivate, if you think there's going to be difficulty getting it done within 4 months, a good way to motivate your suppliers is say, hey, Mr. Web Designer, 50% of your payment is contingent with the project being complete within 4 months. So, you can have that conversation and just make sure that they understand the importance. It's a hard deadline. So here's what you need to actually get the money, right? So you don't get the money until the end. You get a letter at the start saying, yes, you're approved, go ahead, you have to spend the money. And at the end, then they draw down the money, or they give the money to you. So you need to show them the original invoices for the work. You've got to show them your bank statement showing proof of payment to the supplier or suppliers. So they need to see those. So you can't pay in cash. You have to have paid, from your bank account. So with your Visa debit card or with an online transfer. And you can black out the other information on your bank account, on your statements to protect your business privacy, but they do need to see the payments going out. You need to give an up-to-date tax clearance certificate, or that system is changing now to tax clearance access code. You need to prove that you've been trading for more than 12 months. So usually that's a copy of your company registration, whenever you registered your CRO company number, or some other type of proof. So maybe that's a letter from your accountant or solicitor to say that you've been trading for over 12 months. If you haven't got the CRO registration, which makes it easy for them, then you need to talk to your local enterprise office about what they would take. Just a letter stating what the work was complete, you can write that to the Leo, and what anticipated benefits. They just want to know what the benefits are, just for their records and for when they're talking to people up the chain about the efficacy of this project. So and then you need a letter from your suppliers just to say it's finished, and then suppliers tax clearance or tax compliance information. Obvious stuff is included in the application, your name, contact information, what you do, what this project should do for your business, and what you're going to be focusing on in terms of the application. They just want to see that you've thought about it. Again, online competitor analysis. Go and look at your competitors' websites and see what they're doing. They just want to know that you've looked at those and you've thought about it. So they want this money to be used wisely, and they want you to get the best results out of it. It's good for our economy. Who's your target market? Explain how the project will help you grow your revenue or make your business more efficient. Any resources that you've got, like if you got different skills, or maybe you've got a back catalogue of stuff that you've written that you can put on the website, and that would be good for content marketing, or you've got video skills or something like that. And then what are the specific deliverables of the project? So what are the actual things you're going to do? Say like you're going to be doing a website upgrade plus training plus advertising, whatever. So when you're actually filling in the application, complete everything. Don't leave anything empty. Contact your local enterprise office for anything you're unclear about, rather than submitting it empty, and make it easy for them to fund you. So what I mean here is, they've asked for paperwork and background information. Every year they get all of the Leos get audited, and the auditor says to them, can you explain to me why you gave taxpayer money to this project? And they say, here's the background documentation that they supplied, here's the application form, here's this, here's that. So they need to be able to stand over it. So that's why they ask for all this, because they know that they're going to be audited. And this is good for everybody, obviously, because it means that taxpayers' money is not being wasted on people who shouldn't get it. So make it easy for them. Now, they really want to give you this money. I know this because I've been talking to them, and they want to give this money to as many people as they can. They don't have enough people applying for it. So everybody, as far as I know, everybody who has applied for it properly and filled in the form and has been eligible has gotten the grant so far. Everybody. So at least in this local enterprise office. So they really do want you to apply, and they want you to get the funds, and they want you to spend it wisely. They want you to grow your business. Growing your exports and growing jobs is good for all of us. So they really do want to give you this funding. So make it easy for them. If they ask you for particular documentation, try and give them everything you can so that they can stand over giving you the funding. So that's the biggest tip. And even if this particular grant or award is not the one that you're applying for, no matter where you are, it's probably the case that the people who are giving you the money are going to be audited, so that's why they're asking you for the documentation. So just make it easy for them. Okay, so I'm just going to do a really quick website essentials overview here, just to give you an idea what you should be looking for. Okay, so first thing is, when you get a website, it should have a clear and obvious purpose to somebody when they arrive on the site. So it should be really obvious. You don't want to make people think. So use a large headline explaining what the site is about. Use a tagline near the logo. There's literally a book called Don't Make Me Think. It's a very famous book on web design. I highly recommend it. Don't Make Me Think by Steve Krug. Okay, so your website should have a clear, strong call to action. So that should be on every page of your website. There should be a button that stands out from the page design, and it should be something like contact us or book now or add to cart, and it should look very clickable, and the color should contrast against everything else on the page so it stands out. A really good example to look at is if you go look at Amazon, look at any product page and look at how the add to cart button stands out against everything else. Your website should have an email opt-in. It should be compelling. You'll see over and over again, if you've looked into online marketing in any way, people always talking about build a list. So that's build an email list. So you should offer a free resource of some kind that helps the visitor to solve whatever the problem is related to your business. You should make it quick to consume but genuinely valuable. So don't give them a 200-page ebook or white paper. It should be something that they can scan, read, and get some value out of straight away. Otherwise, what will happen is they'll download it and save it onto their hard drive and never look at it because it's too much, and they'll say to themselves, I'll look at that later, but they never will. Newsletters are not a good opt-in incentive, because what you're offering people there is you're offering people to send them more email, and everybody has too much email. It has to be more compelling than that. It has to be something that is a free guide to solving X to how to do Y, something like that. Your website should have a good design aesthetic. Now, design is a bit subjective, but people recognize it when they see it, and good design engenders trust because it looks more professional. Get a professional to tweak your design, particularly if you do a self-build. There are some simple things that you can do, like only use 2 different fonts at an absolute maximum on your site. One for headlines and special types of text, and then one for regular text. If your site looks too busy, remove some of the textures and images and stuff, and if it looks too bare, maybe consider adding a texture or a background image. Your website must be responsive, it must be mobile friendly, because 50 to 60% now of all website traffic is on mobile. So it depends on what type of website you have. Some websites will have even more, so maybe like restaurant websites may have even much higher, like maybe in the 70 or 80% range. A single responsive website is a website that supports all screen sizes, so I recommend that, as opposed to having a desktop website and a separate mobile website, because then you've got to manage two. So make sure that your website is responsive when you're hiring somebody to build it. Your website should load fast. Website visitors are very impatient. 50% of them will leave if it takes more than 8 seconds. Faster websites will rank better on Google, so use smaller images, enable caching on your website, or ask your developer to enable caching, and make sure you get some decent website hosting. So I got some more information on that at websitedoctor.com/hosting, so check that out. Your website must have a good about page. It's the second most visited page on a website after the homepage. It's really crucial in building trust with potential customers, and it should help to personalize the business, leading to more trust, so people get to know you and who you are and why. So include details of why you serve these customers, include staff or owner photographs, names, a short biography. Include your street address, photos of the buildings or of people, and the phone number, and have a little backstory how the business started. So that's the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. I do have some free guides and information that might help you with your project, so head on over to websitedoctor.com or websitedoctor.com/free guide. So if you found this video useful, please hit the like button and share it on Facebook and Twitter so that more business owners can learn about this really cool financial assistance and hopefully improve our collective online marketing and online sales and get this economy moving again. So best of luck with your business and with your website. If there's anything that I can help you with, send me a message at Website Doctor on any of the social media, or send me an email from the contact page on websitedoctor.com. Thanks for watching.